history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, I hope everyone can enjoy
Causing the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
for the first time in a long, they had 11. Send us some of your pictures.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
And breaking news, a freeway shut down this morning after a deadly crash there. This morning, investigators say a wrong-way driver caused the collision that killed 2 people. Also, a homeowner shot and killed in his doorway of his own home. Ahead, the latest on this story that has people in Katy on edge. And most of the city of Houston still under a boil water notice. This morning, we're checking with Public Works to see if that order will be extended. And a very happy Saturday morning to you. Would be a little happy with Sophia, but we will allow her that beautiful time off.
Yeah, we're celebrating Leap Day without her, so
That's right.
Got this extra day in February. What are you going to do with your Leap Day? A lot of people do
very
different things.
important
I know you got that extra day. You got to do something with it, right? The weather's not going to keep you from doing anything.
No, looks
it
great
is just
outside.
going to be a great day out there. If you like yesterday, you're going to love today. Look outside the Channel 2 studios here. Southwest Freeway with the temperatures on the cool side, not cold but cool. Mid-40s. Bush and Katy at 44. Hobbies at 47. Galveston at 52 right now. So cool 40s with a few clouds. We'll see a few clouds streaking by. We'll call them high clouds, cirrus clouds. Throughout the day today. Plenty of sunshine, though. Low to mid-70s, I think, is going to be our high temperature. And then tomorrow, nice little warm up into the mid-70s as well. So be ready for that. Really comfortable. Here are the temperatures around the area right now. Still a couple of 30s being just not being part of the fun here. We're mostly in the 40s, and we got Cleveland and Columbus sticking around in the 30s. What's up with that? Anyway, Galveston's at 52, 43 in Lake Jackson, 52 in Palacios. You notice the winds are coming from the south. We're going to continue to see that. That's going to continue to warm us up. Not much wind. You see calm conditions, but you can see the general flow is coming from the south. Exact track radar. These are some of those high clouds I was talking about. No rain in the forecast for today, so I think we'll get out and enjoy some of that. In terms of the temperatures throughout the day today and throughout the rest of the state, we've got 44 at down here, 47 in Dallas, 51 in San Angelo. So wherever you're going to be traveling today, temperatures are pretty comfortable. They're going to be warming up as we go toward 80 if you're going down toward Brownsville tomorrow. We're going to still be in those low to mid 70s and then 76 in the Dallas area for today and then cooler tomorrow. Normal high 69 will be mostly in the 70s, mid 70s today. So keep that in mind as you make your plans. 10-day forecast does have rain in it. We'll talk about when we can expect that coming up. Jacob?
All right, Cambrell, thank you so much. Now to that breaking news we've been tracking from Northwest Houston. That is where police are on the scene of a wrong-way crash, and we're told the drivers of both vehicles did not survive that collision. The crash happened on Highway 290 in Tidwell just after 2 this morning. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live on the scene now where the freeway is shut down. Taisha?
Jacob, good morning. Yeah, the northbound lanes of 290 shut down. As you see, people are working to investigate that deadly accident. We're told by Houston police that the driver of a pickup truck was heading down the wrong way on 290 this morning and crashed into another car. It's the driver of a Corolla, we're told, that died here on the scene this morning. The cars were so badly damaged that firefighters had to cut the at-fault driver out of his truck. Police tell us that he was taken to a hospital in critical condition, but then later died of his injuries. At this time, police do not know what led that driver to head the wrong way here on 290 this morning, causing that deadly collision. That, of course, will be under investigation. Reporting live in Northwest Harris County, Taisha Walker, KPRC Channel 2 News.
All right, Taisha, thank you for that report. New this morning, a deadly motorcycle crash in Humble. Under investigation, police and firefighters arrived at that scene on South Houston Avenue and Old Humble Road last night, where they found the motorcyclist lying in the roadway. The victim was taken to the hospital but did not survive his injuries. The cause of that crash has not yet been determined. A startling discovery in one otherwise quiet Katy area neighborhood. A man found shot dead in the doorway of his home. Deputies arrived at that house on Linfield Drive in Brandon Oaks last night. They say the man's estranged wife found his body. Neighbors say they heard a commotion moments before police arrived.
I heard a man scream out, "No, no, don't do it." And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought he was like yelling at a kid not to go in the street or something.
We don't have a strong timeline yet. We're still putting that together, so we don't know exactly how long he's been here.
So far, investigators have no suspect information, and they are asking anyone with information to please come forward. The boil water advisory for most of Houston will continue until at least 7 a.m. when test results on water samples will first be made available. Mayor Sylvester Turner, meanwhile, says the water pressure has returned to normal throughout the city. Crews were still working late last night to repair the 8-foot line that ruptured Friday. Those repairs will continue through the weekend, but water may not flow again there until Tuesday, we're told. All exits on Clinton Drive at East Loop are back open. Clinton Drive is also open between East Loop and Coast Guard with 1 lane in each direction. Well, the University of Houston was forced to shut down, as you know, because of the water main break, but it is reopening this morning. The university says it will resume Saturday classes and testing with limited services and will continue to provide essential accommodations to residents of student housing, including bottled water, toilets, and limited food service. U of H Katy and Sugar Land campuses also remain fully operational. The Houston Zoo will also reopen this morning with a few limitations of service due to the continued water boil notice. Restaurants and food carts will be open to sell water cartons and canned drinks only. Guests are welcome to bring their own lunch, snacks, and reusable water bottles, since the fountains and refilling stations will not be turned on. Additionally, all restrooms will be equipped with hand sanitizer. Now to the latest in the global coronavirus crisis. Health officials have announced a second mystery case of the virus in Northern California. That patient is a woman who did not travel to any coronavirus affected areas or knowingly come into contact with an infected person. In Oregon, health officials there are treating one infected patient as well who did not travel recently. In Japan, cases now top 200 with 2 more deaths, including a 6th passenger from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. 12 million students are out of classes as schools across the country have been shut down indefinitely. The World Health Organization is raising the risk level globally to very high.
Health systems around the world are not ready and need to be better prepared to absorb the impact.
Tokyo Disneyland also shut down for now for the first time since the 2011 earthquake and tsunami there. And with the Olympic Games just 5 months away as Olympic venue construction is finalized, Japanese officials say there is no plan B. They are considering scaling back the torch relay next month, they say, to limit crowds. Back here at home, the Texas Education Agency says it is monitoring the spread of the virus and is working with other Texas agencies to help keep students safe. We've reached out to several school districts in our area to find out about their coronavirus preparedness, and you can read their statements on our website, clip2houston.com. Turning now to Decision 2020, all eyes on South Carolina as voters head to the polls there this morning as candidates prepare for Super Tuesday, including the Texas primary. Last night, the Democratic candidates for president made their final pitches, while President Trump held a campaign rally in Charleston. Most analysts say the primary is a must-win for Joe Biden after very poor showings in Iowa and New Hampshire and a second-place finish in Nevada. The latest South Carolina polls show the former vice president has a 20-point lead there.
The establishment is getting a little bit nervous about our campaign.
You send me out of here with a victory that's significant, and I think I'm going to be the next nominee.
We will have results from South Carolina tonight on Channel 2 News at 10, and you can get updates on the KPRC News app all through the night. Big fines could be coming soon to the 4 major U.S. phone companies. Coming up, what the government says the phone companies most of us use every day did that broke the rules. Plus, police chasing an ambulance. Next, a wild police pursuit through the streets of Philadelphia and the dramatic ending. Caught on camera an unusual police chase in Philadelphia last night involving a man who officers say stole an ambulance from the scene of a shooting. About a half hour into the chase, the ambulance stopped and was swarmed by police, but the man drove off, as you can tell, hitting several patrol cars in the process. Not long after, a tow truck driver got involved, trying to stop the ambulance, but the driver hit that truck and kept going. Eventually, the front tires were gone, sparks were flying, the ambulance stopped. Officers dragged the driver out, a man wearing only boxer shorts, and then they arrested, as you can see, that man. The Federal Communications Commission wants to fine America's biggest wireless carriers over privacy violations to the tune of $200 million. The FCC says that AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon failed to protect the privacy of U.S. cell phone users. And the companies, they say, are accused of sharing customers' real-time location information to third parties, which is against federal law. Under the proposed fines, T-Mobile would pay the most at more than $91 million. That company says it will fight the FCC. Well, the Houston Rockets are at a 5-game winning streak and are hoping to make it to 6. Coming up, a look at the new player they just added to their arsenal and what he brings to the team. Plus, the Astros continue spring training as one of their aces reports to camp and quickly takes the mound. Next, how Zach Greinke did in his first test against the Marlins.
Good morning and welcome to the Xfinity Sports Desk. The Houston Astros continuing spring training preparations with Zach Greinke on the mound. Greinke reported to camp at the very last minute and said if he knew he could have done that his whole career, he would have. Greinke gave up an unearned run but struck out 3 in 2 innings. Overall, a very solid start from the right-hander. Astros tied at 1, and Aledmus Diaz, like a little swinging bunt here, but it works, gives the Astros the lead. Later, Osvaldo Duarte drives in Dustin Garneau with a single. Astros win 6-4, and here's Zach Greinke on his performance.
It wasn't a mid-season form or anything, but all the pitches were pretty close. Command needs to get a little bit better, and pitches a little more consistent.
The Shriners Hospital for Children College Classic going on at Minute Maid Park while the Astros out of town. Baylor and Mizzou here, and Baylor's Mac Mueller solo shot puts Baylor up in the 6th. They would go on to beat the Tigers 4-2. Texas and LSU playing the nightcap at Minute Maid Park. Tied at 2, and this is Texas's DJ Petrinsky. Sac fly gives the Longhorns the lead, but in the 6th inning, runner on for Daniel Cabrera, an absolute laser to right. That gives LSU the lead and the win. Tigers take down the Longhorns 4-3. The Houston Rockets are on a 5-game win streak and have fully committed to small ball, signing combo forwards to play center. One of those players is 6'9" Jeff Green. The Rockets announced Friday they signed Green for the rest of the season after originally giving him a 10-day contract. Uncle Jeff has been really solid for Houston, averaging 10 points in 4 games. That's all for sports, and if you don't know, now you know.
And we also know we're looking forward to a good day today.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, it's a good day. Sunshine's going to be out there. Lots of reason to get out and do some maybe yard work or barbecue.
Maybe
stuff
yard
is
work?
going on there. Yeah, maybe yard work.
Or maybe not.
The parade is downtown, the rodeo parade this morning. So lots going on. The trail riders coming in. Conditions are going to be just perfect for a parade. Cool, yes, but very nice. Take a look outside here now. Look at that shot on the left. That downtown shot with that red. Beautiful, beautiful. 47 degrees. Southeast winds at 3 miles per hour. Wind is calm. 46 degrees there in southwest Houston near us. 52 degrees in Galveston right now. So you see those temperatures are very comfortable for this time of the year for us. We'll take it. Nobody's going to complain about that, I don't think. A little bit of a temperature difference between yesterday and today. 5 and 3 degrees warmer in many places. Conroe's a little bit cooler, but everybody is getting a little bit on the warm side here. 40s, 44 at Bush, 43 in Tomball, low 40s there in Katy. Along the coast, they're a little bit warmer in Galveston, where we see 52. Dew point, really low. And so when you see these dew points that are in the 40s, and we saw that the temperature is there as well. We just got really dry air and the winds from the south. So we'll start to see the warm air coming forward today, being pushed by this area of high pressure that's right to the south. So the circulation around that's helping to give us some warm conditions going forward. By the way, this up here is going to be our rain on Tuesday. It's going to slide on down and be a part of it. But for the most part, we're going to be pretty comfortable for the next couple of days. We've got the Pacific moisture coming in from the west, and you've seen some of that on the high clouds that we'll be able to see coming forward here. Futurecast model, so those clouds as they are right now coming in, going to be a little bit more tomorrow. Cloudy conditions for Sunday for sure, and then a little bit of a chance on Monday, but Tuesday into Wednesday is our biggest rain chance this week. Tuesday, here's at Tuesday evening, going into Wednesday by noon or so. This model is a little bit lagging, having a little bit more rain on Wednesday than some of the other models are. American model here on Sunday, next Sunday, with some showers around, and then going into the beginning of next week. So for the most part, though, we're looking at comfortable temperatures. We got colder temperatures well to the north, and they've got some wind coming across the Great Lakes that are causing some issues for them as well. Snow coming across. There are a lot of snow expected in there right just to the south of the Great Lakes. For us, though, nice and clear as you've seen. We're going to see those clear skies going forward today for the most part, except for those high clouds. Hour-by-hour forecast taking us up to the mid-70s, I think, by about 3 o'clock or so. And if you look at the 10-day, you notice that our temperatures stay on the warm side. Like I said, we're normally in the upper 60s for our highs. We're going to be above that almost all week long for the most part. And you notice I've got the on Super Tuesday, start of rodeo, and the best rain chance day. I'm sorry about that. Don't let that stop you from boating or going to the rodeo. No excuses. Temperatures, though, pretty comfortable throughout the week. Coming up tomorrow on Houston Newsmakers, former Houston Council member Amanda Edwards is running for John Cornyn's Senate seat and says she's the best person suited to win the Democratic primary.
I happen to be someone who will be able to galvanize the necessary coalitions in order to win, but then, of course, most importantly for Texans, actually deliver the results we talk about with respect to health care access and economic opportunity for Texans.
And the uphill battle she faces in trying to unseat the incumbent senator and, of course, in the Democratic primary where there's a really crowded field. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning on Houston Newsmakers at 10:30.
All right, coming up tomorrow. Thanks, Cambrell. This morning, more than 200 animals all seized from one home under the care now of the Houston Humane Society. Coming up next, what deputies and Humane Society workers found at that home and how people at the home responded. Welcome back. Dozens of dogs, cats, birds, and reptiles. That's what deputies in the Houston Humane Society found at one single home, and now they're working to get those animals healthy. Channel 2's Joel Eisenbaum shows us how people at the home reacted and how the whole operation started.
In Fort Bend County, unincorporated but basically Katy, on a residential street called Saddlehorn Trail.
Hey guys, we just want to
get the camera off me.
Certainly a few tense moments while police pulled a dizzying number of pets out of a single home.
This is actually our biggest seizure for the year. We're estimating about 100 to 150 animals.
Dogs, cats, birds, there's several rodents here, a lot of turtles.
This all started as a simple animal welfare check on Thursday, but by Friday, It had become a multi-agency operation, a raid of sorts, involving the Houston Humane Society, they'll keep the animals for now, and the Fort Bend County Constable's Office, Precinct 3.
You have birds in one room, cats in one room, dogs in one room, all pretty much stacked in kennels.
The animals varied. Some of them are very skeletal, just a few of them. But then they range all the way up to some of them seem almost overweight.
I mean, you had almost 200 animals in there. Isn't that too many?
Shut up.
That from the boyfriend of the homeowner, who is not facing a criminal charge at this moment. He believes the pets are being illegally seized, but the warrant seems to prove otherwise. It's important to keep in mind that the homeowner at this point has not been charged with a crime, but the Fort Bend County DA could look at that. Now, in terms of the future of the animals, there's a hearing coming up next week. I'm Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Big news this morning in the future of space. Coming up, NASA has plans to go to an asteroid. Coming up, which company they've chosen for that major flight. Plus, we're on top of breaking news in Northwest Houston. Coming up next, a live update where 2 people did not survive a wrong-way crash.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
In breaking news this morning, a major freeway shut down because of a deadly wrong-way crash. Ahead, we're live with what happened just before that collision. Also, the latest on the coronavirus and the possibility of the cancellation of this year's Tokyo Olympics, what the IOC is saying this morning. And back here, trail riders waking up this morning at Memorial Park. In just a few hours, they will start their trek into downtown Houston for the kickoff of the Rodeo Houston. Can you believe it is that time again?
Kind of neat. We saw them coming in yesterday afternoon. That picture there showing it's a ritual, you know. You go by and you see them, you know they've been on the trail for a week or so. It's a good time. Yeah. Parade's going on this morning.
And they're thinking, is it going to rain today?
No,
Is it not going to rain
not
today?
going to rain today.
It's not gonna rain today.
So for those who are getting ready to go out to the parade, it's going to be just fabulous. 40s right now, maybe a jacket, yes. You'll probably lose that by the time you're done with the parade, but it's going to be very comfortable. Look at this shot here.
Nice.
Captain Sinus relief camera shot. Beautiful, beautiful start to our day. Colors are showing up pretty brightly. They will be today. And then down on the island there, Galveston, the pyramids of Moody Gardens looking very splendid. You can see the sun glinting off some of the buildings down there as well. Temperatures in the mid-40s inland, warming up toward 52 in Galveston. Hobby is at 47. Katy is at 46 degrees. At 52 with calm winds, so very comfortable indeed on the coast. If you're planning on going out, taking a boat out today, not bad. South winds 5 to 10, the seas are 1 to 3. Bays are on the smooth side. The high tide coming up at 9:16 this morning. Low tide will be coming around at 1:15 later on this afternoon. We're going to get close to 70 degrees today on the island if you're planning on heading down. Very comfortable. No Mardi Gras, but still a good reason to go to the island. The Chamber of Commerce loves it. Here's your hour by hour for today. 10 o'clock to noon, 64 to 68. We'll probably pop up into 70-degree range right around this point. 2 to 4, 69 to 68 degrees. So get out and enjoy that. You see there's nothing going on the radar. This is just ground clutter here. We don't have any. There's some visibility issues way out, not very bad visibility issues. If you're planning on heading on out to the rodeo activity, the barbecue that's going to be going on, 72, 66, 63 degrees, 61 degrees throughout the evening. So very comfortable tonight, and the parade today is comfortable as well. Jacob?
All right, Cambrell, thank you very much. Now an update to breaking news we brought you at the top of the newscast. A major freeway shut down after the drivers of 2 vehicles were killed in a wrong-way crash. Crash happened on Highway 290 in Tidwell just after 2 this morning. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live on the scene now with the latest on that investigation. Taisha?
Yeah, police here in Houston this morning working to figure out what led the driver of a pickup truck to head the wrong way here down 290 and to crash into another vehicle, killing both himself and that innocent driver. We know the driver that was inside of a white Toyota Corolla was the victim of that deadly accident. The person did not survive. We know that Houston police say the driver of the truck was heading south in the northbound lanes when he crashed into that vehicle. The cars were so crushed by the impact that firefighters had to cut the at-fault driver out of his truck. Police tell us that he was taken to a hospital initially in critical condition, but later lost his life at the hospital. Again, this morning, this stretch of 290 here by Tidwell is shut down as investigators work to figure out more information about this deadly accident. Reporting live, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Taisha, thank you for that update. New this morning, at least 3 juveniles are in custody after a chase ends in a crash in North Harris County, and we're told the alleged stolen vehicle belongs to one of the suspect's parents. According to investigators, at least 3 others were inside that vehicle. The teenage boy was driving as he led a nearly 15-minute chase, later ended crashing into another car off the North Freeway feeder and Gulf Bank. All 4 teenagers bailed from the car. 3 of them were arrested, and one of them, deputies say, has been reported missing. Her family member ended up getting arrested as well after interfering with deputies on the scene. We're told the victims in the car that was hit thankfully had only minor injuries. Also new, a house party turning violent after shooting erupts in southeast Houston. Police got the call around midnight on El Oro Drive near Martindale. Investigators believe a group of juveniles was having a party at a home under construction before something led up to that shooting. Police say both the victim and the gunman took off from the scene. Officers found a trail of blood and footprints at the home and are now checking hospitals in that area to locate that victim. Now to the latest in the global coronavirus crisis, and here in Texas, there are now 2 new confirmed cases of the potentially deadly virus over in San Antonio. That brings the total number up to 11. The CDC reports those infected include 9 evacuees from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. Also confirmed to have coronavirus, 1 person from the group of quarantined Wuhan plane passengers and 1 who was transferred from the Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in San Diego. Japan is another country hit hard by the coronavirus with more than 900 cases now, and that includes roughly 700 from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. And there are real concerns about what this means for the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Well, Japanese officials say the idea of canceling or delaying the games is just speculation. International Olympic Committee members say all options are being considered.
That's part of the planning for what happens if the elephant in the room gets so big that you can't act contrary to what the public authorities say. So there are a number of ranges there. Could they be postponed for a few months? Could they be postponed for a year?
Amid fears the outbreak will turn into a global pandemic, there is only so much Japanese officials say that they can control. You can find the latest articles on new cases regarding coronavirus and how health experts and state leaders are responding over on our website at click2houston.com. In the future of space, NASA and SpaceX are teaming up to chase asteroids, we're told. The space agency has chosen SpaceX to provide launch services for its Psyche mission. NASA wants to learn more about metal-rich, sometimes fast-moving objects in space. The mission will focus on the asteroid that orbits the sun between Mars and Jupiter. It's named Psyche, hence the name of that mission. The Psyche mission should launch in July 2022. They're a sign the Houston Livestock and Rodeo is about to begin. We're talking about those trail rides. More than 2,000 trail riders, in fact, have made it in for the kickoff. Yesterday, the riders and their horses attended an award ceremony at Memorial Park. They came from across 12 different historic trails. The parade later this morning downtown will kick off that rodeo. It begins, as we've said, at 10 o'clock. Today marks day 3 of the rodeo cook-off at NRG Park. More than 250 teams competing on the grill at the World Championship Barbecue Contest. Not all tents are open to the public, but you'll score big at the garden stage. There you can get a sliced brisket plate with chips and beans. And as for food prep, the boil water advisor did not stop the show last night.
We've had no water issues at all. We just use water for cleanup. We have bottled water, and we serve a lot of alcohol, so people don't want water when they're drinking a lot of alcohol.
We cook brisket, chicken, ribs, potatoes, green beans, a little bit of everything.
Today's cook-off contest will feature kids from 8 to 14 years old. Will be judged on presentation, tenderness, and taste. New technology, as we know, has had a gigantic impact on our lives. Coming up next, how new robots are hoping to change the way you shop for groceries. And they're coming to Houston. These little robots have been driving around the University of Houston for months, delivering food to hungry students. So now bigger versions could be hitting the streets of Houston. Channel 2's Roseanne Aragon shows us how the new robots could save people time and possibly money.
Can you imagine a world where you don't have to leave your home to do your groceries? Well, one robotics company thought that might be a great idea to save people time, and soon you could try it yourself here in Houston. It's groceries like it's never been done before. Soon you might see these riding around your neighborhoods. It's a vehicle made by Neuro, a robotics company.
They are unmanned vehicles. They have no passengers, no drivers, and they will be on the road doing deliveries.
Roboticists believed in the power of automation.
They decided that moving goods and really taking over people's errands was a really good place to start.
Can you imagine never having to leave your home? Kroger, the largest grocery retailer, and Neuro have operated the first of its kind self-driving grocery delivery service in Scottsdale, Arizona, servicing a single zip code with an autonomous fleet. And now Houston is expected to have the next pilot phase. The concept is pretty simple.
If you were to go on the Kroger website or open up the app today, then you could place an order, choose the time you want the order delivered, and if you were in our zone, then one of our vehicles would be loaded up with your order. It would drive over to you.
Just put in a code, take your groceries, and the friendly car will be on its way. But don't worry, they aren't trying to make your morning commute worse.
We don't go on freeways. We don't even go on high-speed roads. So we really do try and stay out of the way, but they'll see them in neighborhoods pretty often.
Neuro is launching Houston's pilot phase at these 2 Kroger stores and locations. And then the cherry on top, it's cheaper.
Traditional Kroger deliveries, $11.95. With us, it's going to be $5.95.
$5.95 for a robot to do your work. Well, you just have to make sure you're in the right zip code and use the Kroger website or Kroger app. We'll have all of that information on our website, click2houston.com. The program is expected to begin this spring. Roseanne Aragon, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Very cool. Well, from robots of the future to people who make a difference in our community every day. Mayor Sylvester Turner recognized 7 Houstonians in his annual History Makers Awards in West Houston yesterday. And we are proud to say our own Cambrell Marshall, who emceed the event, ended up getting surprised with an award himself.
The honoree that I would like to introduce today is our very own Cambrell Marshall.
Cambrell was nominated this year by the YMCA for his leadership and commitment to supporting numerous nonprofits. So you emceed the event, and when we say surprise, I mean, it was a real surprise.
I had no idea. I had no idea. They snuck something in the script. You know, I'm pretty focused on the script, making sure everything's on time. And they came up, we had a little change here, and they announced that. It was amazing.
And we saw there in the audience, who's this?
That's my wife and my daughter who showed up. You know, it was like, what, really? And then my daughter showed up, and I said, oh, that's nice you came in today. That's a good thing. No clue. I was just clueless. I came back and I said, duh.
Well, they came to spend time with me only. That's
it was, I thought they were coming to just see me, but I guess, but it was a good event. It really was. And they were wonderful, wonderful honorees. I really don't deserve to be on the same platform with them. People in this community who've done work for many years and just trying to do things that need to be done. They're not paid for it. They do it because out of the goodness of their heart, it needs to be done. A lot of volunteer work in this community. That's what makes Houston great, while we love it, right?
And we think you deserve to be there.
Well, I'm very honored to have the award. By the way, the benefit of all that was this couple. Yeah, my baby daughter, Danielle, and my wife, Debbie, were here to be a part of that. I was totally shocked, but it was great to see them. That's the benefit of getting something like that. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, click 2 pens. Let me introduce you to my best friend. This is, I love this. From Plantersville. It's just that time of the year, right?
Is that a cat? That is a cat.
It's a kitty, absolutely. Cats and cows get together in I Am Dan's home in Plantersville. Kaplan Sinus relief camera shot Williams Tower, 47 degrees southeast wind at 3 miles an hour. So going to the rodeo, 3 miles an hour, 47. Cool, but not going to be really bad. So just go ahead and have a good time out there. Outside the Channel 2 studios here, looking at the broader picture, 39, 38 degrees, Conroe, Cleveland, Columbus, 37, 40 in Wharton, 52 in Galveston. Winds, not much at all. We'll be able to handle that pretty much. We talked about this area that's way up here to the north and west. That's going to be sliding down and being part of our rain on Tuesday. We've got sunshine now, though. Nobody's going to complain about that, I don't think. But by the time we get to late Monday, we have a little bit of shower activity on Monday. By Tuesday or so, this front will be stretching across all the way going to the northeast, and we'll start to see the showers that are going to be associated with that. Now, the latest model runs want to show those showers not only for Tuesday, but sticking around as this front kind of stalls out a little bit and elongates going into Wednesday as well. So look for Tuesday and into Wednesday for our rain to be around. And then as we leave Wednesday going into Thursday and to Friday, we clear out again and we have some pretty good conditions going forward. The temperatures, yeah, we're normally 69. Look what's happening here all this week long. It's much warmer than what we normally are. I don't think anybody's going to complain about that, but, you know, somebody will, because it's either going to be too hot or too cold or too dry or not. Exact track radar mostly quiet. You see what's going on out there. There's some little isolated pockets of moisture that we'll talk about here. 76 degrees going to be the high today. We're going to stretch to get there, but I think we will. Look at the 10-day forecast. By the way, Dynamo starts today. So do the SaberCats tomorrow. Don't forget to vote on Tuesday, even though it'll be raining a little bit there. Just get out and enjoy that. 10-day forecast looks pretty nice. The rain popping in and out. We need the rain. We do. So we'll take it and enjoy those warm temperatures. Jacob?
Pretty nice indeed. We'll take it. Thanks, Cambrell. Well, vaping, or the use of e-cigarettes, is growing in an alarming trend right here in Houston and across the country. Coming up next, how the American Heart Association is trying to curb this epidemic.
Arts.
Welcome back. A federal bill banning flavored vaping and tobacco products is passed in the House of Representatives. That bill would ban flavored tobacco products, including menthol-flavored vaping items and cigarettes. Most House Republicans voted against the bill, and unfortunately, the legislation isn't expected to pass in the Republican-controlled Senate. Well, joining us now is Katie Pryor and Larissa Jacobs with the American Heart Association on, in fact, the last day of Heart Month. So this is a good opportunity to talk about why this is so important.
Absolutely. So American Heart Month, we celebrate it every year in the month of February. We get a bonus day this month with the 29th. And it is where the nation bands together coast to coast to really wear their red, bring awareness to cardiovascular disease. And one of the pieces of cardiovascular disease that you already mentioned is the youth vaping and e-cigarette epidemic that we're facing right now.
And the fact that I think we don't know a lot about the specific problems, which is why we want to do more research, I think, and why the American Heart Association has decided to fund more research. Is that right?
Absolutely, that is correct.
Yes, that's correct. So we have made a $20 million investment.
No small investment there.
I know, the first one of its kind, to really take a look at the long-term effects of e-cigarettes on the major organ systems of the body. And so there's so much that we don't know, but we're very committed to finding out what those longer-term effects are. And so the name of the research initiative is the End the Lies Youth Vaping and Nicotine Research Initiative, $20 million.
A lot of misinformation there. In fact, if you want, we've brought, what are these here? These are different examples of vaping products, yes?
Yeah, so I'll show you. These are pods that are used in the Juul product. A lot of people don't realize that this thing that looks like you'd use it for your computer, maybe it's a school supply, it's actually a vaping device. And so the pods get put in here. Again, it looks like commonplace kind of school supply, which allows sometimes kids to be vaping during the school day. So these are basically manufactured by companies that are partly owned by the same companies that produce Marlboro. So it's tobacco.
If parents are watching now and they're like, wait, you know, I think that my kid might have one of these, what are the recommendations?
The recommendations are really to have a conversation. So start a conversation about what these are. So as Larissa mentioned, there's what's called stealth vaping now, where kids might even have this in the bottom of their hoodies, where they can just take a puff during class, and it smells very sweet. So look out for that smell too. And there are a lot of resources through our partnership with school districts, the American Heart Association, school districts coming together about quit lying and to end vaping with youth.
Very good. And if we want more information, want to continue studying because we're out of time now, where can we find you online?
You can find us at quitlying.org is the website that you can go to specifically around youth vaping.
Quitlying.org, and you can re-watch this segment after the show. We'll post it under the community page on our website, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
See.
On that breaking news we've been telling you about all show, Highway at 290 at Tidwell is back open. You saw Taisha Walker there earlier today talking about that collision head-on between two vehicles in which both drivers did not survive. That highway has now been reopened, as you can tell.
Hey, it's going to be a good day today. Take a look outside here, and the Kaplan Sinus Relief camera shot. Still temperatures in the mid-40s, so keep that in mind. Kind of cool. Jack radar looks like it's got stuff. It's not really. It's just return. It's like a quarter-mile visibility in Sugar Land and Angleton. Other than that, not much going on. Rodeo Run. Temperatures 46, 55, and 64 degrees.
Looking good. Hey, thank you for joining us. We'll be back at 8 o'clock.